I will.
Okay, welcome back to our weekly speaking club. You guys have seen this image for quite a few minutes, and I think most of you or all of you already knew what this guy has been going through for the past few weeks, right? Lộc, do you know him?
Yes, I know.
Do you know what is happening to him?
Yeah, he has gone through so many things last week.
Okay, such as?
For example, some drama about his English center, the quality of his course, and the way the way he managed his English center.
Okay, I see, I agree. But I want to add to Loc's point, one of the things that people are targeting this guy, this man, right here, besides his English center and the way he managed the operation, is his pronunciation. Specifically during a TED Talk. I don't know when this happened, but I think it was it last year? This year? I'm not so sure, but a TED Talk from him. So today we're going to talk about pronunciation, which is a very important aspect, as you may have already known, because we are English teachers here, and we are going to discuss pronunciation and what it means to us as teachers. So let me give you a quick introduction. My name is Thành. For those of you who don't know me, you can call me Thành or you can call me obviously we'll talk about pronunciation, right? In the context of ESL teaching. And pronunciation is one of the most important aspects besides vocabulary and grammar in all of English learning and teaching. So today we're going to talk about it as teachers, as educators. And one of the inspiration for me, obviously, is the controversial topic that has been going on for quite a few days or weeks. So let's dive in the first question. As I've said before, pronunciation has always been has always played a prominent role in language learning and teaching, but only recently has it become really has it caught the attention of the public. So, for you, in your own opinion, what exactly do people expect from us, from the English teachers, in terms of pronunciation?
No mistakes.
No mistakes?
When speaking.
Okay. So no mistakes at all?
At all.
Oh, okay. Can you explain further why?
I think that's what everyone usually expects the English teacher to do, because I think when we make just one single mistake, the students will lower their trust.
Lower the trust, to pinpoint, they'll focus on that single mistake.
That's
and
right.
they forget all the correct pronunciation
Yes.
that we've had.
And sometimes when we correct their mistakes, they will think, should I trust this?
Should I just this the guy who just make one mistake that I spotted?
That's true.
Okay. Can I ask for your opinion? As a teacher with experience in English conversation or communication, what do you think they expect from us?
I agree with Ken that they expect a very high standard of English teachers. Normally, on social media context, people expect you to be flawless, perfect. Of course, when you come into a classroom, the students are of a much lower level, so they cannot distinguish between a mistake or something that is right. Okay? So you can kind of get away from with your mistakes in a classroom context, but on social media, there are people who are highly critical and they watch every single one of your videos to find mistake, and they read every single one of your posts to find grammatical mistakes. So you should be very careful on social media. But when you go to a classroom and you build a rapport with the students, even when you make a mistake, if the students really like you, they will don't think much of it.
Ah, I see. That's a good point, Mr. Lang. Just raised a good point. So, obviously, pronunciation is important for English teachers. But let's differentiate the two contexts in the classroom and on social media. Obviously, on social media, there are more people. There are strangers who are highly critical and who will spend most of their time trying to find errors for many different purposes, right? And they have concrete evidence of what has been posted on social media. They have time to go over it many times. In a classroom, on the other hand, usually conversations are spontaneous and students are of lower level. So maybe even when teachers make small mistakes, learners cannot spot them. Or even if they spot them and they have a liking to their teachers, they may choose to ignore the mistakes. Instead of dwelling or trying to blame or trying to discredit the teacher. So the situation, the context is really important here. For me, pronunciation is not binary. And this is different from the opinion of many people. So for pronunciation, we have three small criteria that we need to know: intelligibility, comprehensibility, and accentiveness. Have you guys heard of these terms before?
No.
No? None of them or some of them?
Just I've heard of intelligibility.
Okay.
I've never
Okay.
heard accentedness. Did you make it up?
I did not make it up. I did not make it up. So what do you know of this? Yo?
If it stands alone, then I'm pretty sure it's about whether your pronunciation is understandable or not. But when it stands next to the comprehensibility, it's kind of...
They're kind of similar.
Yeah.
Well, they're kind of similar. There will be overlaps. I agree with you. Intelligibility.
It's like when you would describe a handwriting of someone, it is its intelligibility. It means that when you read that handwriting, you understand what is that person writing. What is the letter?
Sure.
So, but in pronunciation, I think it's whether they understand what sound is that. Is that an S or an S or sh or maybe, I think.
Yeah. Look. How about you? Do you know any of these?
Yeah, I think that comprehensibility, is the ability to understand the way you speak and the way you deliver your conversation. I think so. Yeah, well, honestly speaking, these terms are kind of uncommon to me.
Ah, okay. So maybe, hopefully, after today, we'll learn something new. They are, as I said before, and you guys have already pointed it out, they can overlap. Intelligibility is about, obviously, it's about pronunciation. It's about whether the text or the things spoken can be easily recognized. That's how I would put it. Comprehensibility is about whether the receiver of the text can understand the message. Accentedness is about whether the accent of the speaker correlate or contrast with what the listeners prefer or idea of a good or ideal accent is. So they all relate to pronunciation and the relationship about between how the speaker deliver and how the listener receive. And there's more. There are more than this, but for me these are the three common one. So in your opinion, which one matters most in our teaching context?
Accentiveness.
Why did you choose this?
Well, I think they prefer like a American standard accent. Oh, they really like really like.
They really like.
I'm
Sure.
trying to find really
Yeah, big fan
like
of
the
it.
British accents. The teachers like they really like it. Wow, you can speak a British accent. So that's what people usually say in Vietnamese teaching context. Like they like the British accent more than the American standard accent, but they prefer American standard accent more than the Vietnamese accent.
Wait, so are you? If I understand you correctly, and you're saying they prefer to speak with an American accent, but they prefer to listen to
Yeah, they prefer to listen to
a British
yes,
accent.
they want to be like immersed in a classroom
classy.
with a classy British accent.
I
So,
see. So that's your
Yeah.
experience.
yes.
Do you know why? Can you guess why?
Maybe because the sound itself sounds royal,
Pleasant to the ear.
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, yes.
Fancier.
Fancier, yes, that's the word.
Probably. Sounds. How about you? What about your experience with English learners and their preferred accents?
I think for very low-level learners, they don't really care about the accent. Only people who have a high understanding of English will prefer one accent to another.
I see. So for low levels, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but however you can make your accent fancier. They cannot recognize the accent, but they do recognize the natural intonation. So if you intonate your sequence of speech well, they will think you have a very good pronunciation.
Okay. So do you, in your opinion, do you think one of these is more important?
I think for learning purposes, comprehensibility is the most important. Since if the input is not comprehensible, the learners will not acquire.
Okay. So that's about the choice of input. But what about pronunciation? For example, the pronunciation of a teacher in an English class.
In an English class.
So comprehensibility in this case is about, can learners understand what the teachers
is saying.
is saying
Yes.
easily?
Yes. The teacher's pronunciation should be comprehensible. If it's not comprehensible, if the students don't understand what he or she is saying, then it creates problems on so many levels. Okay? The students will not acquire the input, or the students will acquire the wrong pronunciation, or the teacher will give instructions that the students don't know how to follow.
Okay, I see. Thank you very much. How about your opinion? Which of these do you think is the most?
So, if I not correctly understood the difference, the nuance between intelligibility and comprehensibility is that the comprehensibility is which means that if the teacher pronounces it maybe wrongly, incorrectly, but it can be understood by the student, and that is totally comprehensibility. However, on the other hand, intelligibility is mean that maybe the student cannot understand how the teacher is pronouncing, because they don't know how to pronounce that word correctly. So they assume that it's wrong. However, the teacher is pronouncing correctly. So is that the difference between those two?
These are very similar. For me, comprehend, the verb comprehend, you can understand. It's the synonym of understand. So you can simultaneous understanding.
Okay, so
This is about understanding as well, but I will personally I will choose another word, recognize.
recognize.
Okay, so if the speech or the text for the sounds is okay, so if the speech is not intelligible, then physically it may be something like a twisted road or a
So-
foggy smoke.
So that's clear.
So it's
Clarity,
it's
clearness.
clear.
Okay.
Coherence, I guess. This is more about understandable. They are very similar. I agree. So there will be confusions. Yeah.
So,
But for you, which one is more?
I think the first one.
Why?
First one. Yes, so the teacher needs to produce a very clear and slower than normally he or she would speak in like a normal conversation. So in order to help the student to understand what he or she is trying to pronounce. So I think that is better and it will facilitate the comprehensibility and like it's work like that, like tablets for that. So I think it's more important.
Okay, I see. So, have any of you taught learners using only English and your pronunciation is good or very good, but they cannot understand and the classroom is not effective? Have you ever experienced that? Okay, can you share?
Sometimes I try talk to my students to talk in my class a little bit more English than usual. There will be some problem that will occur. Some people won't understand what I say, and then I have to go back to using Vietnamese.
I see. So maybe, I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing maybe in your case, it's both. Maybe it's both. Yeah, of these. Yes, of these. Right? There are more criteria to this, so I will leave it for you guys to find out more if you wish to. But let's move on to another thing to consider, which is the reason why simple errors still happens, especially for us English teachers who are supposed to be experts, and for many learners should be perfecto in every aspect of our work, including vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, etc. So here are some common courses that I've collected. First one is L1 transfer. What does it mean? Do you know what it is? Do you? Can you explain this for us?
So the first one, command, and then we speak English, we try to use the word command instead of command.
Okay.
It means using like
Then-
Vietnamese accents to English.
Sure. The L1 transfer in general means when you learn a foreign language, a second language, which is L2, your experience and understanding of L1 affects it.
You can also refer to the example like recall
Đánh con ngọt.
instead of thinking.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Vietnamese affects your English.
your mother tongue affects the learning of your second language. It can be both good and bad, but in this case I'm talking about bad. It's errors. So thinh kinh, marketing, recall, đánh con ngọt, kéo con lít. Yeah, something like that. Something like that is L1 transfer. Fossilized habits. Yo, can you explain this?
Fossilized habits. It's like in Vietnamese, we do not pronounce the ending sound.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's
So-
just one good example.
And so it becomes a habit of pronouncing words without any sound. So it's
In English.
fossilized.
Sure, that's
In English. So
Sure.
it becomes fossilized. Yeah. So I have met one person. She's not from. She's not an English teacher. She's from another background or area. She speaks English really confidently and fluently and with sentence stress, but without ending sound.
Oh.
Yeah, it's sometimes it interferes with the communication, but like most of the time people understand what she says.
Okay, so we can assume that maybe she have not been aware of ending sounds and also not practiced to pronounce ending sounds. So it has become a fossilized habit for her.
I also want to add something.
Yes, please.
My lecturer at the university, Miss Vân,
Okay.
she's doctor.
Okay.
She teach academic writing. She is in the field of linguistics already. She has a very high degree, things like that. However, she still makes pronunciation mistake. Because the focus on that, the thing that she taught is not about pronunciation. It doesn't obscure the global comprehension for the student. So it's keep making mistake. Everybody know what she's talking about. So nobody judge on that. For example, she teaches writing, so she want to learn plagiarism. But she keeps saying plagiarism all the time. Although it's incorrect. But she kept using it over and over again.
I see. That's one good example, especially for older teachers who in the past didn't have a lot of opportunities to practice speaking in general or pronunciation. So obviously their ending sounds and their control of vowels and consonants are not as accurate as young people nowadays. Okay, the third cause might be inconsistent input. I think you can all agree and easily imagine this as teachers. When we do not listen to enough English materials, then all the time our speaking ability will decrease because we, let's say, forget how to actually produce the sounds in the correct way. And performance pressure. This is a very real and practical reason, but not many people recognize this. So in high-stake situations, for example, in the IELTS test room or the PT test room, or on a stage, on a TED Talk stage with hundreds of thousands of people watching you in the audience, then there will be nervousness, there will be anxiety, there will be other things that kick in that can affect your performance, including your pronunciation, even if you are a very fluent speaker. So for you, which of these do you see most with Vietnamese learners? I think I want to transfer. Okay, marketing.
Fossilized habit.
So I have it. I agree. Weekend, at-school, beautiful. Those are some of the things that, if they've been practicing for a while and they have not been corrected or tried to change, then it becomes fossilized over time.
About maybe inconsistent input.
Inconsistent input.
Not
how would be enough.
Not how would be enough. That's the correct way to say it. Some people they want to speak in English. They have a belief that if you want to speak English well, obviously you need to practice speaking English more. But that's what they do. They always speak English and they not listening to enough English. So that's not because of inconsistent input. For example, especially people who have like a friend from another country, but that friend from another country is not really correct.
Not a good example.
Not a good
Good
example
example of a source, of a good source of English speaking.
So they fossilize
Okay.
each other.
Sure.
English. They fossilize each other. Okay, that's the bad and bad. What about you?
Well, I think that the fossilized habits have strong effects on Vietnamese learners. Yeah, because I think that learning a new language is like a cross-cultural activity. So so when students learn a new language, they have to adapt to so many new things, especially pronunciation, like the ending sounds, like this the Bo has mentioned before, and with the vowels or the consonants, there's so many things. There's so many new things for them to learn, so they can have so many mistakes when they speak English.
I see. So I agree with all of you. For me personally, I would think that these two are the most prominent, the most significant reason in my experience. Okay, so let's talk quickly about this. So let's talk quickly about the social lens, how people in general or the public look at this situation. What do they think? So for me, I have some pointers here for us to think about. First of all, is it true that good accent, if you have a good accent, that means you are a good teacher? Because I know for a fact that many learners think this way. They will judge a teacher on the first impression based solely on how the teacher pronounces words. The second thing to think about is the pressure for perfect pronunciation. So a lot of students think when you learn English, you should speak exactly as the dictionary dictates. So there should be no errors. It should be spot on 100%. And the third one is very similar, which is about learning English means your ultimate goal should be to speak like a native speaker. Or is it enough to speak in a way that is clear, is coherent, is understandable for other Vietnamese, for other people to understand what you're trying to say? So these are some pointers for you to think about. Which leads me to the next question of, do you think that teachers need near-native pronunciation to be credible?
Credible. What does mean credible?
Credible means you have a...
Creditable?
Credible means you are reputable, you are believed.
Believable, incredible is mean cannot believe. Credible is believe.
Reliable, reliable, trustworthy.
You can believe in that.
Said to have good enough standard.
Can I share my point of view before I go?
Yes, please.
I think that teachers do need near-native pronunciation.
Can you explain why?
The reason why is that it's not about the teachers, it's also about the students. So you're going to be the person who set the standard for your classroom. So if you do not achieve a good pronunciation, then who's going to be the model for the students? So it will come to another question. So if I cannot achieve a perfect spot-on pronunciation, so is that a problem? Of course, but we have to understand that learning language is a never-ending journey. So we have to learn that language like until the end of the day, until we die. So whenever we make mistakes, that's okay. We have to fix it and become better every single day. That's how language works. We cannot like be perfect. So what's like the definition of perfect for using language, right? So we have to be better every single day with pronunciation or vocabulary or grammar. So the near native is like the goal that we have to yearn, we have to try to reach every single day. So if we say that we do not need it, it doesn't sound right, right? But we do need it, but doesn't mean we must have it like at the moment. We'll never be able to be the native pronunciation. But we have to try to reach it.
Can I ask you one quick follow-up question?
Yes.
So when you say we, do you speak from your own and your colleagues or the people you know experience, or do you represent teachers nowadays in general?
I just represent the teachers. I don't think that other people besides teachers require to have a native pronunciation because well, their goal is to communication. If other people understand them, then that's just fine. But we are the teachers, like we are the model for the class, we are the leader. So we have to try to reach the perfection. We are not perfect, but we have to try to reach it.
Okay. Thank you very much. I would love to ask you for the question, but I will ask the rest.
Thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Okay, what about you, Yi? What do you think?
I also have the same idea with Pitbull.
Ah.
He just speak it like everything you need. So this
So I will dedicate my question to you.
yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Think about the teachers that you have learned from the very first day. Are any of them not near native in terms of pronunciation?
Yeah, of course. I
Okay.
have met many. Most of them are Vietnamese teacher. I also have some Filipinos, and if I remember correctly, he's also French. He's a French teacher also. Yeah, but he's very fluent in English. However, in some case, because of the L1 difference,
Transfer?
Transfer, yeah. He also has some words that he pronounces just like in French.
I see.
Entrepreneur.
So
Is that
entrepreneur.
is that a hard?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
However, I really still respect them because although their pronunciation is not perfect, not nearly perfect, but their profound knowledge in how to teach and how to do something is really, really profound and really deep down, well established. So I think beside from pronunciation, teacher needs to know the content, know what is he or she really know about and share that to the student. That's the only thing. So I feel that pronunciation is nice. Just keep it at a good level. That's so your student can understand you and thrive from that. So you just need to strike a balance between like content and pronunciation. However, always prefer to have a perfect pronunciation, but we cannot reach that. As Mr. Wu just said. Yeah.
Thank you very much. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I agree with everyone here.
Okay.
And also visible is that we teacher needs to perfect our pronunciation because we students listen to us a lot, so we contribute to a process of fossilizing the correct pronunciation for the learners. But I also have a few words for learners out there that as a teacher, the pronunciation is just like the top of the iceberg. Teachers have to think a lot more underneath when they teach. They have to think about what to provide for the learners firsthand, so they will be able to finish the exercise that will further improve their English skills. And a lot of skills like presenting, it's not just about pronunciation, it's have to also be about the comprehensible English speaking, as you said, and also the pressure of standing in front of the class, etc. And also how to treat the students when problems occurs, like a million things can happen in the class. Yeah. So it does not really matter if teachers make one or two pronunciation mistakes in the class. or in a speaking session, that's totally fine.
Just not too much.
Yeah, just not too much. So have some empathy for the teachers and not
Be too much on them.
nitpick
Yeah.
too much.
Okay.
Too hard.
Nitpick.
Yeah.
Uh,
We love them more.
I see. Love them more. Love us more.
Yeah, love us more.
I see, I see.
Yeah.
So I have heard your opinions, and my view is that it's very similar to yours. But there are differences. For me, teachers do not need near-native pronunciation to be credible. That's my opinion. The reason why is simply because I have had many good English teachers in my life. That is not like this. And the pronunciation is not bad, it's just good enough. But the other things that they do, as you said before, for a teacher, for an English teacher, pronunciation is important, but this is not the most important for many, including myself. There is language knowledge, knowledge in general, know how to teach, know what to teach, know what to say, know how to manage the classroom,
Manage your own emotion.
manage your own emotion, planning. There are so many skills that needs time and effort. So for me and for many, pronunciation, although it is important, but as a teacher, a certain level is enough. And the rest of the time and effort should be put into practicing other more important or urgent skills. That is my opinion for teachers in general. For me personally, for myself, I do strive to get near-native pronunciation because I know that I have the background. I have been learning English for quite a while. I know my ability. I know what I'm willing to put in this journey of practicing pronunciation. But I cannot speak for other people. For myself, I do strive to be like this. And that leads me to the last question, which I think I will leave it for you guys to think about at home. Okay. And then you can ponder and share with one another when we have some time, which is which is what is your biggest pronunciation belief as a teacher? This is really important.
Can you list some belief? I don't understand the question.
Okay, okay, that's good. I will go. I will say this. In general, teachers have different sets of beliefs coming into the classroom, and these beliefs come from many different sources. From their understanding of how language works, their past experience, the books they have read, the teachers, the learners they have worked with, and for different areas of belief, pronunciation is one of the things that we should know about, or at least should think about. So one belief may be like this, and an English teacher should be 100% correct when pronouncing the words. If they are not sure how a word is correctly pronounced, they should not use the word. That is one belief. Another belief might be that when you learn English, you should speak with a US or UK accent. You should not speak with a Vietnamese accent. Something like that. So maybe have a think about this, and when we have time, we can exchange ideas. Okay. All right. That is the end of our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the very informative and insightful
Is it?
information.
Okay.
You have broken
Now,
my horizon.
Oh, okay.
about
Last year, that
pronunciation and social lens
social lens, right?
of the people out there about our pronunciation.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you find that helpful because much of the time we know what we think or our colleagues think, but it may misalign with what society is having in their mind. And at least we don't have to understand with them. And we don't have to agree with them. But if we know what they're thinking about, we can make better decisions on how to approach a problem. All right, let's have some lunch.